Apparently, the club did its own investigations because they wondered, we are playing, but our results are funny. Something is not adding up. So they did their own investigations. They decided, hapa ndipo kuna maneno. They slid it to FKF and said, guys, this is what we have seen. This is what we think. This is how it is going. FKF said, hey, kaini kando kidogo. Kaini pale kwa kona.
Investigations ifanyike. That's interesting. I think it's a first. I'm yet to hear a Kenyan club publicly state that they feel there's something funny that is happening in terms of even the terms of the results and how the matches are panning out. But I think it's very telling because Mathare has been really struggling. So over and above their own issues that they have, for them now to actually say, it means that they have decided to take stock of what could be the problem.
Yep.
So you see, this is a first step because you can imagine, ever since Mathare won the title in 2008, they have been a pale shadow of that squad of 2008 because it's almost 15 years. They have been meh. They're like saying, wako tu.
Yeah.
Wako tu.
Wanashuka tu.
Yes.
They dropped to here. For me, it's number one, it's that a club, because the last club to complain like this was Kakamega Homeboys. And Toto Shimanyula came out and said, no. Hapa iko kitu. There is no way we are losing like this. And he made so much noise, and in the end, he was vindicated. Some of the guys who played for him, banned by FIFA, some for life, the coach kicked out. But, this is Mathare United. It's an institution of Kenyan football. For them to come out and say, we think there is a problem. For there to be I'll call them allegations or reports that 4 refs have been suspended because of the same thing. You sit back and you ask yourself, where? Kwani this is doping in athletics?
I think that's a very good analogy because, one, it's very telling because it's about 1 month. It's less than 2 months that the issue has come up. And remember, before, match fixing used to be those one-offs you hear, and usually it used to come from FIFA. Then they release a statement, of course, CAF, and say, okay, fine, there's certain players, there's certain officials who've been sanctioned because of match fixing. But for it to start coming out, it means, I personally believe that the situation is way worse than we think it is.
What we are seeing is the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly. It's just at the surface level. So it could be much more deeper. It could be such an intricate system.
Bernard, when Kwalimwa explained to us a few weeks ago here how match fixing works and how guys are shown what to do, because look, when people think match fixing, they think it's just the main resort, but the explanation is there's so many other permutations in gaming, in betting, and all you need is to try for those permutations. It could be something as small as there will be a penalty in the first half. It could be something as simple as there will be a yellow card in the first half.
There will be
or there will be a corner, or there will be goal. Both teams will score. There are so many permutations, and when you think about a football match, and people being paid to influence it, people being paid to change, such that what you and I are watching when we are watching Chelsea versus West Ham currently, what we are watching could be predetermined. That's the most annoying bit about it.
They're puppeteers behind the scenes determining the outcome of the game. It's an unfortunate reality. It just tells you that, personally, I think it's a moral issue as well, because it just tells you, and as I said 3 weeks ago, it just goes against the ideals of sport. Discipline, value, responsibility. It's greed. It's obviously it's about money.
I was going to ask you, there's the moral side. I was going to ask, there's also the economic angle to it.
Yes, it's all money. It's all about money. Because somebody thinks, okay, fine, I'm not trying to justify whatever they're doing, but I'm just trying to kind of have a sense of what their where their mind space is. Mina struggle, missing a pesa. Mtu anakuja kaniambia nifanye sijui ni foul mtu nipate red card in the 37th minute in a very strange way. And I'll be paid this amount of money. And maybe that amount of money that you're being paid is what you earn as a salary in 4 months. So you see,
and that salary hasn't come
in
the last 3 months.
And you see, desperate people do desperate things, Wokabi. So I think there's a bigger issue. But bottom line, I think what we are seeing is just symptomatic of what is actually a very, very big problem. And I think as time goes by, we'll be able to realize how bad it is.
I agree with you. Like this, and it's scary what you say, that this could be just the tip of the iceberg, that what we are seeing is much worse on the ground. Like things are a lot worse when you go down and see exactly what's happening. I agree with you. It's on two cases. Number one, it's on the economic side because look, if I don't have and you offer me something, then I will go. Like you say, desperate times call for desperate measures. So you will try. Then of course there's the other side of what does sports stand for, you know, and that would be the moral side, so to speak. What is it that a sportsman should do and should not do? The third one, I think, is also a case of regulation. How well do we regulate gaming, betting in this country? We know how it is done in the UK. For example, a player is not allowed to bet, is not allowed to do what. There's all those things. How do we regulate it here? Because even with the regulations in the UK, Ivan Toney is in trouble.
Yes.
So how do we also regulate it? And how do we keep away all these guys who then are offering all these incentives to fix games? How do we keep away all this? Because look, just imagine how many gaming companies and betting companies are in the world. I was just reading about Super Bowl. They're saying they expect 50.4 million people to bet on it. And the betting is the approximation. They say it's going to be like $16 billion.
That's a lot of money.
Are going on betting on the Super Bowl final. So you ask yourself, how do we keep these guys away? How do we protect the players? Because at some point, I think the player, even if the player maybe doesn't want to do it, if the offer is just being dangled here, Ndong, you know, it's here. Yeah. You turn, you see it. You turn, you see it. You turn. At some point, you're going to bite it. You're going to say.
And they say sometimes everyone has a price.
Yes.
Everyone has a price, unfortunately, at a certain point.
Actually, I think everyone has a price.
Yes. So for me, I think one solution is first, uifichue. It's being done. Find out how, you know, for example, when a medic is trying to resolve a problem, they first of all need to sort out like what are the symptoms, first of all. Then now they go into the root cause. Because you handle the symptoms first, you're like, okay, fine. What are we seeing? What can we see with our naked eye? These are the individuals who have been able to be caught up in it. Okay, fine. First, suspend them, sanction. Now, start finding out, going now step by step. It's not something that can be done within one season. That's something that will take almost 3 seasons so that they're able to weed it out completely. And the other thing, Wokabi, we're forgetting is the fact that we're focusing a lot on the Premier League. What's happening in the NSL? What's happening in the Women Premier League?
It's that you said. It's worse.
Yeah.
And the one thing that you like saying, can we have legislation to deal with it? Because in Kenya, there is none currently. What happens to you if you're caught fixing? Other than being suspended by FKF or FIFA.
So if you have made your mind, you'll be like, nimko nje for how long? One month. Nenda holiday.
1 year. Even if it's forever.
Yeah, you are fine.
So maybe also find a legislation that